We're here for to crown the king or queen of seafood that will represent Louisiana for the next year as we travel around the country and the world to promote the tourism for Louisiana and the best seafood in the world right here in Louisiana.
Louisiana Seafood Promotion and Marketing Board, and we go out throughout the country and the state marketing and promoting Louisiana seafood and its good taste and trying to help the local businesses.
Well, I think it's not only that it's fresh out the Gulf, but it's the way we prepare it. All of these chefs behind me, it's not just a meal, it's a party around preparing it. It's that personality. Besides, they make it taste the best it can be. And what better place to host this event than right here in Lafayette, where some of the best Cajun food in the world comes out of. So we're real excited, a great crowd here tonight, and may the best chef win.
3, 2, and 1. You're on the clock. Eric Cook is on the clock.
Tonight we're going to be doing a rissolet of grouper with a blue crab fricassee with Louisiana crab fat, popcorn rice, and green onion oil.
How'd you come up with the idea for this?
It sounds complicated, but it's a very simple, it'll be a very familiar dish, I think, to our friends here in Lafayette. We wanted to figure, when in Rome, do as the Romans, so a very Vermilion Parish-inspired dish today.
Tell me about your experience cooking with Louisiana seafood.
25 years cooking in New Orleans. There's no greater habitat for seafood and wildlife anyplace else on the planet. It's the greatest fishery in the world.
What's the difference between the taste of Louisiana seafood and the taste of other seafood?
Well, it's immediate. We always talk about, wild American seafood, but when you get into the Gulf states, there's nothing closer, nothing fresher. You can literally come, from the boat to the table, within a matter of hours instead of days. It's fresh, never frozen. It's the closest thing to jumping off your boat and cooking at home than being in one of the restaurants in New Orleans.
We have a Cantonese-style steamed fish used with a jumbo flounder from the Gulf. And we're going to serve it with a nice bamboo rice.
How long have you been cooking seafood?
I have been cooking seafood pretty much all my life. I'm born and raised in Baton Rouge, so seafood is a staple of our culture.
What's the best thing about cooking with Louisiana seafood?
The best thing about Louisiana seafood is the freshness and the availability of a wide array of products.
What advice do you have for the chef at home that may be watching this?
Keep it simple.
Today I'm cooking blue corn crusted black grouper with a charred white corn and crawfish grits with a summer fig salad.
How'd you come up with the idea to cook this?
I think that dish kind of signifies summer in Southwest Louisiana from Lake Charles. Summers are hot, so we try to make it light. The grouper gonna have a nice sweet taste to it, along with the LA lump crab meat. So,
what's so special about Louisiana seafood?
Like I said, I'm from Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana. We're literally surrounded by water, so fresh seafood is literally 5 minutes away. 30 minutes of fishing, maybe 5 minutes of fishing, so you know exactly where it comes from.
I'm cooking a crackling encrusted black drum with butter poached lump crab meat from, of course, Louisiana.
What was your inspiration for this dish?
My inspiration for this dish, actually, it was something that I just thought of for this competition. But black drum is such a great fish to work with, and not a lot of people use it. So it was important for me to incorporate something different.
What do you like the best about cooking with Louisiana seafood?
Working with Louisiana seafood, well, it's always fresh, and it's an abundance of it. We have the Gulf Coast here and fresh water also, so it's important for us to use our Louisiana Gulf fish, our seafood.
What tips do you have for someone wanting to cook seafood at home?
Cook with your children. The thing about Louisiana is that we have so much seafood, and we all learn from our families and our mothers and fathers how to cook, and so it's important for you to continue that on with your children.
We're going to be doing a coconut snapper dish, snapper from the Gulf, and we're going to be using some lump crab from the Gulf as well, and throwing it in with the coconut cream sauce and Bruce's sweet potato flour.
How'd you come up with the idea to do this?
It's a dish we came up with about a year ago. We were trying to come up with a new summer dish at the cafe, and it was a collaboration between myself and Mr. P back here, and just a lot of mistakes, a lot of trial and error.
What's your recommendation for someone to cook with Louisiana seafood?
My recommendation? Well, I love the grouper. The black grouper is a great fish to cook with. The red snapper. You know, if you can do any kind of hard pan-seared dish with the fish out of the Gulf, mixing in with some good ingredients, fresh ingredients, that's definitely my recommendation.
What separates Louisiana seafood from seafood other places?
Well, like I said, I'm from Portland, Oregon. The one thing that's great about Louisiana seafood is the variety, and mainly to me the love that people from Louisiana have for their seafood. That's what I fell in love with here. The people made me fall in love with it.
We're going to keep it simple tonight. We got some blackened catfish with a little Asian-inspired, kind of an essence of Asian-inspired with a tamarind lemongrass broth. We're going to do some smoked oyster aioli and a little bit of scallion and country ham hoe cake.
How'd you come up with the idea for this?
You know, I really like Asian flavors, the bold, it's right there to the point, and so I want to take some of that and incorporate that with Southern cuisine.
What's your advice for someone that wants to cook a seafood, maybe has never tried it before?
Keep it simple. Don't go too far out there. If you're trying to, for your first time, don't experiment too much. Just good salt and pepper, lemon. It'll take you a long way.
What's the best thing about cooking with Louisiana seafood?
Best thing is just the freshness, knowing where it comes from your back door and supporting local fishermen and keeping the economy, keeping the money here in our economy.
I'm doing a crab stuffed Louisiana wild caught catfish with a old-fashioned crawfish etouffee and some braised collard greens.
What's your inspiration for this dish?
I'm the chef at Crawfish Town, so we do a lot of crawfish there, and you know, the old-fashioned etouffee is one of my favorites, and we get an abundance of fresh local catfish, so I put them together.
How many years have you been cooking Louisiana seafood?
Going on 12 years now, so yeah, I've been doing this for a little while now.
What's your advice to someone that may want to start cooking with Louisiana seafood?
It's the freshest you can get, so you can't go wrong with that. You know, start with a great ingredient, you can end it with something well.
Tonight we're going to be doing a tuna piccata with local crab meat over a little bit of fettuccine, a little bit of crab fat butter mixed in with that.
What's the inspiration for this dish?
It's a mixture, a combination of different influences, one of them being coarse Gulf seafood, the other one just a little bit of inspiration of Italian cooking.
Does the fire department like seafood?
Of course we do. We eat anything. Yeah.
What suggestions do you have for someone that may want to try cooking with Louisiana seafood?
Just take your time, and you know, there's no wrong way about it. To eat it fresh, or you can fry it.
I'm cooking a dish called Creole Passion. It's a grilled lemon fish. I'm accompanying it with a sweet potato, crawfish, and corn cake. Also, I'm doing an alligator and shrimp spring roll, and I'm going to finish it off with a fig sauce.
How'd you come up with the idea for this?
Just thinking of some different flavors that would blend well together. You know, just building different levels of flavor.
What's the best thing about cooking with Louisiana seafood?
Oh, it's just the best. You know, the freshness and just the quality of the Louisiana seafood. You know, it can't be beat.
We're going to sear some red snapper, and of course we're going to have Louisiana seafood. We have crab, shrimp, oysters, and crawfish.
How'd you get the idea to do this?
It's a great time of year. Every seafood's available in Louisiana, so I wanted to bring every piece of the every type of seafood we have into this one dish.
How many years have you been cooking with Louisiana seafood?
My whole life, really. I mean, I've been cooking my whole life with it, but professionally, 13 years.
What's the best thing about cooking with Louisiana seafood?
It's easy to cook with because you just have to do very little to it because it tastes great already.
We're doing a potato wrap grouper with a bourbon corn puree and a sautéed shrimp with reduced Worcestershire sauce.
What's the inspiration for this dish?
Well, the inspiration comes from the best seafood in the world. You know, if you have it, half the battle's already won. You know, all you got to do is treat it simple, and people love it every time.
What's your experience cooking with Louisiana seafood? How many years have you been doing it?
I'm on my 12th year now cooking Louisiana seafood. It's really fun. I get different fish 3 times a week, so we're revolving and changing dishes. And we don't just stick to one fish. It's whatever's fresh. My fishmonger will call me and tell me, hey, we got some fresh #1 tuna, some grouper, some fresh head-on shrimp, and I just kind of go from there and create dishes as we go through the week. So it's a really fun experience. It keeps us on our toes.
What's the difference in taste between Louisiana seafood and other seafoods?
It's just got a more distinct, sweeter flavor. And since it's so close to us, I mean, you just can't beat the local fresh food. When something has to come across the United States to get there, you can't beat it when it comes out of your own backyard.
I'm doing a braised grouper cheek with a crab meat risotto and some cipollini onions with a mango chipotle sauce.
What's the inspiration for this?
It actually started at a event we did in Natchitoches where we smoked a whole grouper, and at the end of the night we ate the grouper cheeks out of it and decided that was the best thing since sliced bread, so here we are.
How many years have you been cooking with Louisiana seafood?
I've been down here 16 years doing this, so it's been a while.
What's the best part of cooking with Louisiana seafood?
I think with Louisiana seafood, it kind of, you can bring in culture and the history and the hospitality of the state with each dish that you do, just because it's all encompassing and allows you to bring in all aspects of the culture.
I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. This event has been in New Orleans for 9 years. I had the opportunity of being there the first year as Lieutenant Governor last year. Wasn't near the crowd, wasn't near the passion and love in the room. Right. It'll be back next year. It will be back next year here in Lafayette.
Well, guys, I want to just thank y'all for coming out tonight. What a great, great event in Lafayette, huh? Give yourself a round of applause. Great event in Lafayette. So I'm looking forward to promoting Louisiana seafood across this country and across this world. Yesterday was my first day. I can't take credit for this event, but the staff at the office did a great job putting this event on. Thank you so much.
Y'all give a hand to our current king for the next couple of minutes. Blake Phillips, here we go. You ready for this? Third place. Y'all ready for third place? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Chef Nathan Richard from Cabin in New Orleans, Louisiana. All right, y'all, that was third place. Here we go with second place. In the 10th Annual Louisiana Seafood Cook-Off, Chef Anthony Phelan. Wine Country Bistro, Shreveport, Louisiana. I got goosebumps right now, y'all. Are we going to make history today, y'all? Let's see. This is for all the marbles. First place. And the new Queen of Louisiana Seafood, Bernie Bro.
I am in total shock. I competed against some amazing chefs, and I am just so thrilled to have this title. I appreciate it.
What did you cook to win?
I cooked a crackling crusted black drum with poached Louisiana crab and amber raw potatoes with a fennel marmalade.
What do you think of the Louisiana Seafood Cook-Off?
Oh, it is amazing. I never would have thought I'd be here today, but I'm thrilled that I am.
Now, what's your plan to win the Great American Seafood Cook-Off this summer?
I got a lot of thinking about to do. It's been kind of crazy, so hopefully I'll create a new dish. We'll see.
I didn't know how to react. I was kind of shocked at first, but it's a great feeling and good to be a part of it.
What did you cook here today?
I did a nice Asian-inspired blackened catfish with scallion and country ham pancake, tamarind lemongrass broth, topped with house-made collard green kimchi.
What do you think of the Louisiana Seafood Cook-Off?
Oh, it's the best. It's a good event, brings a lot of money for tourism, and just great to be here.
Hey, it's great, man. You know, it's an honor to participate in an event like this. It's great. It's great to cook some of the best seafood in the world, for sure.
What did you cook here today to become third place winner?
We did a tuna piccata with a crab meat and crab fat caper butter sauce.
What do you think of the Louisiana Seafood Cook-Off?
It's fun. You know, this is my second time competing, and it's such an honor to keep getting invited to compete again, and again to showcase what Louisiana Seafood's all about.
What a great event. You know, look, you know, the people that we had showed up here today and the competition itself. It was just a huge, great event for the state and for the local chefs in Louisiana.
Oh, look, it's great. At a time where the oil industry is really hurting this area of the state, this is a great opportunity for us to lift up the Lafayette area with tourism numbers as they continue to grow. It's a great opportunity for us to add events like this to help the hotels, the restaurants, and shops. A lot of people came in from all over the state to support their chef. They'll be staying here for a couple days. Great opportunity for a boost for the economy here in Lafayette.
LouisianaSeafood.com is our website, and we also promote on all the social media sites.